Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Rameti Krishneti Nama Sankirtanam Sada Lokakshemaya Kurubantam Premikam Sadgurum Bhaje Dasuno Radhiram Chabhavayantam Devam Tam Krishna Prema Rasapradam Alaye Sundarakaram Sadaikapyadardanam Ajnananasakam Devam Satgurum Muralidharam Okam Karoti Vachalam Ullangayate Girim Kripa Tamadam Vande Paramananda Madhavam Sarvatra Govindanama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda. With the boundless grace of Sadguru, we are getting repeated opportunities to talk about Bhagavan and his greatness. It is not a mere probability or a chance that we are chosen to talk about him. It is by the sheer grace. This is not, this is what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi used to say. It's not a probability that you are chanting the name of Shiva. It is his grace. Bhagyodayena Bahujanma Samarjitena Satsangamam Chalabate Usho Yatavai Ajnana Hetukruta Moha Madantakaranasam Hidayahi Tadudayate Vivekaha. After so many millions of births, a human being or any Jivatma attains the abode of Guru, holy feet of Guru. That is what very specially referred as Acharya Tiruvadi, Acharya Tiruvadi Sambandham in Tamil. So it is not by our efforts, by the grace of Guru and Bhagavan. And as I was listening to Vatsalya, my mind was in great happiness. The way she was explaining Shivananda Lagari Stotram was really a great opportunity that our children are doing such a noble job in their life. It's indeed a very proud moment for me because I know Vatsalya as a very young child. She's really shaping into an excellent orator, and conviction and the choice of words, no doubt that Sadguru is deeply planting himself. Solang Krishishta Bhagavan Vachamsini, Sri Bhagavatam says. Sri Sukha, before narrating Srimad Bhagavata, is praying to Bhagavan, please come and be in my tongue, so that you know, Nakinchita Apashaptitam, Sri Ramayana says. When Sri Anjaneya was speaking, Ramachandra Prabhu was listening, and Bhagavan, Sri Rama himself says that Lakshmana, it is not a beauty that this man is talking. The great beauty that we are blessed to hear from. So this is that, you know, our words are given by Bhagavan. Suprunai Vediyan Jodivanavan, Putrunai Turundadi, Purunda Kaidore, Katrunai Putior Kadamit Pachinum, Katrunaya Shivaya. This tongue, various sound forms are coming out of it. It is purely by the grace of Suprunai Vediyan, the one who protects the tongue and also activates the swaras. She was explaining about Tava Padabje Uddhihi. It was so instigating, it was triggering my thoughts because Vatsalya talked about Subramanya Bhujanga, Vatsalya talked about Shivananda Lagari, Vatsalya quoted from Mukundamala. So I was only waiting. I was waiting to add something from Bhagavatam. She knows Bhagavatam. She knows Ambarisha Charitram and this Damodara Leela. This Charitram learned. So only I feel that it is a great opportunity for me to chant a few words in relation. Mama buddhihi te padabche. That was Acharya's Shankara's words. That is a wonderful thing. Here, the purpose of human body is so sacred that human body is the vehicle in which we travel to the destination Bhagavan's holy feet. In Ambarisha Charitra, this is the purpose of human body is very well explained. Savai manak Krishna padara vindayoho vacham sivai kunta gunanuvarnani karau harer mandira marjanadishu shrutim chakara chitta satkatodaye mugunda lingalaya darsane drisau tadbritya gadras parusenga sangamam granam chatatpada saroja saurabhe Srimat Tulasya Rasanam Tadatpite Padau Harege Kshetra Padanu Sarpane Shiro Hrishikesha Padabhivandane Kamam Jadasye Natu Kama Kamyaya Yatottama Shloka Janashraya Ratihi. Wonderfully explains here. Savai Manak Krishna Padara Vindayoho. Firstly, I was talking about Manas and Buddhi. Manas and Buddhi. Manas is the place where our Sankalpatmaham Manaha. Buddhi, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi. Nishchayatmaka Buddhihi. The one who takes a decision is Buddhi. Manas is where the likes and dislikes, wants come up. So, Manas is also called Chanchalatmanaha. Chanchalam hi Manak Krishna Pramati Bhalavati Dridam Tasyaham Vigraham Manye Vayoriva Sudushkaram. Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita says it is very hard to control heart. So Shankara always believed in this buddhi. This is because for jnanis, one beautiful thing is jnani has no manas. Jnanis have only buddhi. So we have to understand. As an ordinary jivatma, bigger the chasm between the mind and the heart, bigger the samsara. So we have to be very clear in understanding this. The more the gap between manas and buddhi, the more the troubles that we face in our life. The whole idea is to make manas under the control of buddhi. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says about, explains about one organizational structure. Indriyani paranyahutu, indriyebhya param manaha, manasastu para buddhihi, yo buddhehe paratastu saha. There is an order. A mortal body is inferior to indriyas, right? The ears, eyes, and touch and other things. Indriyas are under the control of manas, and manas is under the control of buddhi. Buddhi is under the control of the jivatma, which is the atma himself. So if this organization structure is topsy-turvy for most of the people, then the atma becomes a slave and the indriyas becomes the bosses. So then it's a very dangerous situation that we can face in our life. So the beautiful thing here is Shankara always believed in Atma Vichara and then Nididhyasam, Mananam, Dhyanam. So he always encouraged his disciples on this process. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna also says in Gita, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi, Ekeha Kuru Nandana. So these are all the guidelines from great men, of course. But the ordinary people like me, we have an issue which we must take into control. So the buddhi is not able to control the manas. This is a bigger problem. This is a worldwide problem. So what is the solution that we offer in our Shastras for this problem? This is the core of Srimad Bhagavatam. Savai Manak Krishna Padara Vindayo. Ambarisha applied his manas his thought process. Here, manas means it is an inclusion of all the antakaranas. In Tattvartha, they call it as manas, buddhi, ahankaram, and chittam. These are the four things which constitutes what is called manas. The manas, when the manas is saying that I want this, I don't like this, then it is called the manas. When the manas is talking about a logical conclusion and then what to do and what not to do, it is called buddhi. And then when it decides, yes, I do this, then it is called chitta. And then when it always positions itself where I am in proportion to the whole situation where I am. So this me and mine, this is coming everywhere. So this is called ahankara, that self-positioning. These are the four quarters of the mind. In English, they conveniently call it as mind, but in Shastras, we call it as manas, buddhi, ahankara, and chitta. These are all four are called antakaranas. So here, all the antakaranas is diverted towards holy feet of Krishna. Savai mana Krishna padaravindayoho. Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. The beautiful thing, the point I was driving here is, which Vatsalya was also trying to explain. When the what you call the manas is not listening to the buddhi. In Gita, the whole Shastra is aligned like that. Buddhi is Krishna and manas is Arjuna. And the manas, when it is totally confused, then Sishastegam Sadimam Tvam Prapannam. Then the manas surrenders to buddhi for the right direction. That is, the buddhi is Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. That is the path. You surrender to Guru and then Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vidyayo. And for your mind to be trained to go to the Krishna's Padara Vindam, Yogiswaras go through the route of Yama, Niyama, Asanam, Pranayama, Pratyagaram, Dharana, Dhyanam, and Samadhi. These are the 8 stages. And then the manas just ceases. There is no thoughts which is coming out of the pond, which is called the manas. And then the manas is filled with Krishna. That is a yogic process, Dhyanam and Samadhi. And for ordinary people, how to attain this stage? Because Yamaniyam, Asana, Pranayama, if you do in one birth, and then if you are not complete in that process, in the next birth, you start from there. If somebody completes Yama and Niyama in one birth, then they start from Asana in the next birth. And then Pranayama from the other birth. So by the time they reach Dhyana and Samadhi, it is Anega Janma Samsiddhaha. So many births have gone, and so many times these Jivatmas failed. This is what is Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita as Yoga Brashto Vijayate. When he becomes an Yoga Brashta, this is very clearly depicted by the story of Jatabarada, Jatabaradopakyanam, Baradopakyanam in Srimad Bhagavatam. The saint Bharata, he went to Pulahasram and then he meditated upon Narayana and he almost reached Samadhi. But he developed an affection towards a small deer, which was born and its mother died in front of Bharata, and then he left all his sadhanas. So the beautiful part is, suppose if you depend on your buddhi and your sadhanas, sometimes there is a possibility that that the ahankara, me and mind, the feeling of me and mind can destroy the sadhana. So Bhagavatam shows a route which is very safe, which is called Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Bhagavan says, which is Susukam. The process should be so sweet. Sukam and then Kartum Avyayam. Sukam Kartum. We have to do it very easily. There should not be any mistake in that process. And then even without knowing that we should not commit a mistake, and then it would give you all the results. Otherwise, you attain Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, whatever you do, the yogic process. So it should not have any risk. It should be fail-proof and it should be followed by anybody. So this is what, Shankara being Jagadguru, Shankara would not openly say this because he always encourages people to go in the path of Viveka. He always encourages people to do the discretion between the permanent and the impermanent thing. The impermanent thing is the Jagat and the body, and then the permanent is Atma. So this is always the basic core of Shankara's teaching. But Bhagavata being a Purana, and then it is for the Kali Yuga, so it goes upon the rishis. Vyasa explains, Savai mana Krishna padaravindayoho vachamsi vaikunta gunanuvarnane. Then his tongue always talks about Bhagavatam, Krishna's and his greatness. Because talking about Krishna is very sweet. So I ask you a very question. When my manas, I hear mind, I say it is manas. When the manas is uncontrolled because of the impressions of the past life, which are called the vasanas, it pushes my eyes to look at various things into my computer, whatever is coming, and listen to so many other cacophonic noises, which are highly disharmonic in nature, and it troubles my inner heart. Still my mind goes there, my manas goes there, and then my skin drives me to a direction where I need to enjoy. So these are all the things. So I am pulled in 10 different directions by my 5 karmendriyas, by my 5 jnanendriyas. So how do my manas can be controlled? This is a wonderful thing. So if I give Krishna Katha to my ears, the beauty is, suppose I start going to a satsanga and then I sit there. First I go there without any interest, but Bhagavan has sent me there with a great love and affection and care. I go and sit there and look at people, and then look at the person who is talking, and then slowly, without my efforts, what happens? The Krishna Katha takes me over. And then once my manas, which was wavering in nature, is attracted by the sweetness of Krishna's. If you are interested in fiction, if you are interested in valor, if you are interested in fights, if you are interested in the love affairs, then whatever we do between 2 human beings in this world, which is being done by the divinely Krishna. So slowly we are not only attracted by Krishna Leelas, and also our mind goes voluntarily and start loving Krishna. The beauty of satsanga and the Bhagavad Bhakti, which is narrated in Srimad Bhagavatam, is instead of using your buddhi to control your manas, you put your manas simply, you allow it to go. Anna panagalu tinnu triptavanahi Krishna ena bharate. Mandagaminiyodu sarasamadudulu Krishna ena bharate. Even if you are with your wife in beach, just you call her Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna. Mandagaminiyodu sarasamadudulu Krishna ena bharate. So don't, even if you want to eat whatever sweets you want to eat, and then you say Krishna ena bharate. So don't blame yourself that this tongue is only used to eat. The moment it says Krishna ena bharate, then the purpose of tongue is served. So this path of Krishna Bhakti, which is developing an innate love towards Krishna, a natural love towards Krishna, which is the secret. Like a mother loves her son or daughter inherently from the day that son or daughter comes into her womb, and then it is impossible for that mother to forget. So the mother does not use her brain or buddhi to love the children. It is called the emotional intelligence. Suppose when the mother sleeps, there was an experiment, the child was sleeping next, and somebody dropped a pushpamala on the child. Immediately the mother jumped out of her bed, because even though she was sleeping, her antakaranas were fully focused on the child. It is because of love. It is the same way when the son is sleeping next to the mother. If the mother gets up, the child immediately grabs the mother and said, don't go. This we see. And then the moment the mother stops swinging, and the child wakes up. This was because of the Antaratma is inherently, the Smarana is connected to Krishna, connected to the mother. So this love towards father or mother or brother or anybody is naturally available for the human beings. So the beauty of this satya is not telling you develop love towards you. Tell somebody you love Krishna, then it becomes a process of monotony. It is like a process, it is like an abhyasa. What happens is, without even knowing that we are doing an abhyasa, we are doing a practice, just go around in a satsang. If you are interested in somebody is very good in talking to people, so go and greet Bhagavatas, say some good words. If you are interested in serving food, go and serve food. If you are interested in washing the utensils, go and wash the utensils. You are interested in making arrangement for garlands and other things, go and do that service. It's just a part of, because your swabhava, your nature drives you any kind of the service, which is ultimately make kainkarya. By doing that kainkarya, you are aligned towards the path of prema bhakti. Then what happens, over a period of time, the mind automatically runs, and then in the process you listen to, there are three types of Krishna's nama varnana, nama kirtanam, Krishna's guna kirtanam, Krishna's rupa kirtanam. So these are the three things you can deviate. If you go to a satsanga, then people can sing in praise of Shiva Leelas. It can be Shiva Rupam, it can be Shiva Namam, it can be Shiva Gunam. All the three. If you are, then this Nama Kirtanam, which is devoid, which Nama Kirtanam, this Bhagavan Nama is actually, it contains Rupa Varnanam, it contains Leela Varnanam, Guna Varnanam, and the Nama brings Bhagavan himself. Within Nama, Bhagavan is there. So the beauty of Bhagavatam is that instead of using your brain, but it is the same process. What Shankara said and what Bhagavatam is telling are the same, but only thing is Shankara tells from the buddhi angle, Bhagavatam says from your, for it is applicable for, you can ultimately, it will make you to the level what Shankara wants. That is the beauty of Bhagavatam. So here Sri Sukha says, Savaimana Krishna Padara Vindayoho Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanuvarnani Karauharer Mandiram Arjanadishu. Ambarisha, being the Chakravarti of this world, instead of being in his palace, he comes and cleans. Karau Mandiram Arjanadishu. He started cleaning the Krishna Mandir himself. Shrutim Chakara Chuta Satkadotaye. Ketpargal Kesavan Kirtiyallal Matrum Ketparo. Just listen to Krishna Leelas. The whole thing, whatever I have narrated as on moment, is depending on only one thing: listening to the Krishna stories of Krishna, listening to the stories of Shiva, listening to the stories of Muruga, listening to the stories of Ambal. It will see, it is natural. This is the same concept of any advertisement. You want somebody and go and try a product, people advertise. When they see, people want to try. And then when they repeatedly hear about good things about a person, then they develop an inherent attraction and love toward that person for some reasons, which is known to them. And the moment they develop the love, they want to see the person. And if they find the person in right alignment to what they have understood, then they want to be with that person at mind level or physical level. That is how the products are sold. Like the same way, Krishna comes to us in this way by listening. Shrutva Gunanu Bhuvana Sundara Srinvatam Te Nirvishya Karuna Vivarair Haratungatapam Rupam Drisam Drisimatam Akilartalabam Tvayachuta Visati Chittam Apatrapam Me. Rukmani Pirati writes a letter to Krishna. Krishna, it is because Grihagatehi Giyamanaha Tammene Sadarsam Pati. Narada comes to my house regularly and he started singing about your Leelas. Your Leelas of Kalinga Nartana, your Leelas of Govardhana Dharana, Putana Moksham, Trinavartana Vadam, Shakadasura Banjanam, Brahma Mohanam. I have been repeatedly listening. And I was wondering how a 7 years old boy can lift a mountain. So I want to see him. And then he started narrating about your love and affection towards Gopikas. The Gopikas gave you such a truthful love, and then you just reflected their love back. And in fact, you told them that you are indebted to their love. So when you are having such a great qualities, Katwa Muhunda Magati Tulashila Rupa, who will not get attracted to you, Krishna? If somebody is not attracted to you after listening to your stories, then their heart is not pure. So now, having learnt about you, having listened about you, my mind has already run to your holy feet. And I don't have any shame in telling you this, because you are the Purushottama. You are the Purushottama, and a Jivatma has to surrender to Krishna only. This is the beauty. That is what here Sri Sukha says, Karau Mandiram Harer Mandiram Arjanadishu Srutim Chakarachuta Achuta Satkatotaye Mugundalingaalaya Darsane Drisau. Then he comes to the eyes. Then I go and see the Bhagavan in the temple. Mugundalingaalaya Darsane Drisau. In another place, Bhagavatam says, Drishti Sadam Darsanestu Bhavattanunam. In Damodara Leela. There, Nalagriva and Manikubara tells Krishna himself, Krishna, our eyes have to always look at you, not you. You means you have two rupas. One is the Krishna is Archavatara Rupa, like Parthasarathi in the temple in a Divya Desa. The other, which is a much simpler form, an easier form, is Bhagavatas. Those Bhagavatas who talk about Krishna, who read Bhagavatas, who explain Bhagavatam, I want to see them always. Drishti Sadam Darsanestu Bhavattanunam, because they are Bhavattanunam, they are the embodiment of you only. You have two forms. One is a form in the temple, Divya Mangala Vigraham, Archavatara Murti. The other form is Bhagavatas. So please give me the darshan, Bhagavatas, which I can get always. Because Divya Desam I cannot give every time, but Bhagavatas roam around. And then Bhagavatas come to my house voluntarily. And then Darsana Deva Sadavaha. This is the whatever inadequacy at the end of the day, a Shastra has to balance. There are a set of people in this world who can be motivated for higher levels. There are some set of people who are bonded to their Swabhavas, which is the most of the cases. And then bonded to their Indriyas. How to make them Krishna Bhaktas? How to enable them to win over the Maya? Because you cannot just leave them. So the beautiful thing is, one is those who are capable, they can go in their path of self-efforts. Those who are already bonded, who cannot even stand up, how can they fight Maya? So they call the name of Krishna and take the help of Krishna. Mameye prabatyante Maya metam tarantite. These are the two things. One is the beautiful thing which is called the Bhakti Yogam. The other thing is called Bhakti Prapatti. And Bhagavatam addresses about the Bhakti Prapatti. And then developing an innate love towards Krishna or Shiva or Muruga. That is the form. If you have the love, then whatever you do becomes Karma Yoga. And then whatever you are looking at, it becomes your Dhyana. And then in whichever form you are looking at, you are looking at only Krishna or Shiva. So then you have become a Jnana Yogi. So be it a Karma Yogi, be it a Jnana Yogi, be it a Bhakti Yogi. That is why Bhagavan in 6th chapter, Bhagavad Gita says, last sloka, Yoginam. It can be any yogi, it can be a Karma Yogi. Bhishma is a Karma Yogi, and he is also a Dhyana Yogi, and he is also a Jnana Yogi. So Bhishma is a Yogishwara. Because he does his work, even in the war front, he was a warrior fighting with Krishna. And that fighting becomes a puja. So he is a Karma Yogi. And then Krishna, because of his dhyana, Bhagavan is always in his dhyana because of his love and affection. So he's a dhyana yogi, he's a bhakti yogi. And then because he sees Krishna everywhere, Viswam Vishnu Vashatkara. So when you go the beauty, then he says he becomes Isvara Sarva Bhutana. So he's a bhakti yoga, he's a jnana yogi. So all the three yogas which are narrated in Bhagavad Gita emanates out of the love towards Krishna. If you develop a love, because mother serves for the children. The mother always thinks about the children, and the mother, when he is standing out, whatever children is going, the mother is seeing his own son in all the other boys. This is the beauty. So, who is a karma yogi? Who is a jnana yogi? Who is a bhakta yogi? He is a yogi, complete yogi. Yogi means bhakta. Bhakta means jnani. Jnani is bhakta. Jnani is yogi. That is why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, 2 places, he says, Yesham jnani nitya yuktaha eka bhaktir visishyate. Because jnani's bhakti is called eka bhakti. And then here, if you are, that is why in 6th chapter I told, yoginam api sarvesham, in all forms of yogis, being it a karma yogi, bhakti yogi, jnana yogi, yoginam api sarvesham, the most important thing is madgatena antaratmana. Then your heart has to be filled with Krishna prema. And filling the heart with Krishna prema is not your effort, it is by the grace of Krishna. So allow your body with its mind, with its all its incapabilities, with all its inadequacies, let it dwell in satsanga. You see, and I challenge you, put yourself in satsanga, and then like a satsanga can pure any soul, because the soul is already pure only. Then it is only the question of changing the perception, which happens naturally in the process because of satsanga. Savai mana Krishna padaravinda yogo vachamsi vaikunta gunanuvarnane karauharer mandira marjanadishu surutim chakar achyuta satkatodaye mugundalinggalaya darsane drisau tadbritya gadra sparsenga sangamam. Then, for the purpose of my body is to serve the Bhagavatas. If a Bhagavatar is coming for singing to our house, please cook for him. Please wash his clothes and get an opportunity to dry it and then bring it back to him. And if you want some fruits or something, please do it yourself. If he wants to go to some other place, please drop yourself. And if he's looking for a place to stay, please bring him to your house. And then how much square feet house you have is immaterial. How many sadhus come to your house is the real thing that you have to see. If you have a 10,000, 15,000 square feet house, and then no sadhu has visited, no Bhagavan Nama is happening, it is like a place where snakes live. Mugundalingalaya darsane drisau tadbrityagadra sparsenga sangamam. Then your body is for the anga sangamam. Your body has to unite with Bhagavatas and then go and embrace them and then dance with them. Vishnor gananche nrityanche natananche visheshataha brahmanne brahmana jatinam kartavyam harikirtanam. So you have to jump, dance with Bhagavatas. Tandudai malai marban tamargalai paadiyaadi tundu bundu amudamunna tolumbar soru ugakkumare. Tondara adipudi is telling in Tirumalai, Granam chatat pada saroja saurabhe. Then the nose, it is smelling. Bhagavan has given this unique capability of smelling. Granam chatat pada saroja saurabhe. If you happen to get tulasi prasadam, then you have to smell it, because it has the fragrance of the holy feet of Krishna. Granam chatat pada saroja saurabhe Srimat Tulasyam Rasanam Tadatpite. The tulasi which is offered, even if tulasi leaves are dry, you should never throw tulasi. She is such a great Krishna devotee. And then there is nobody equal to tulasi. Kachit tulasi Kalyani Govinda Charanapriya. She is always affiliated, attached to the holy feet of Krishna. The Gopikas asked Tulasi Devi, please show where Krishna's footsteps are going. In Bhagavatam it is there. So Granam Che Tatpada Saroja Saurabhe Srimat Tulasya Rasanam Tadarpite. The purpose of this nose is to smell Tulasi from the holy feet of Krishna. Padau Harehe Kshetrapadanu Sarpani. The whole purpose of these 2 legs is to walk to Krishna temple. Even people go in car and then get down. Why can't you walk? Why kings have built so big temples? Because you have to walk. When you are walking, you get time to think. When you appreciate his kindness, love, and then the whole purpose of providing this leg is to walk to the Pulayar, at least the Pulayar temple, which is next to your house on the road. Padau Harege Kshetrapadanu Sarpane. Now people are walking and running on the road. 2 hours, 1 hour with watch and other things. But if you go to temple, Srirangam temple or Tiruvannamalai temple, you go 2 rounds, 3 rounds, your 40 minutes back, calories are gone. And not only body becomes pure, your blood becomes pure, your mind also becomes free. Padauharege Kshetra Padanu Sarpane Shiro Hrishikesha Padabhivandane. This head is to bow at the holy feet of Hrishikesha Padabhivandane. The one who is an Hrishikam, Hrishikesha. Hrishikaha means our Indriyas. Then which Krishna is residing within you because of your eyes is seeing, eyes are seeing. You are able to hear, you are able to feel the touch, you are able to talk, you are able to breathe. It is because of the Krishna who is present. So he is an Hrishikesha. Kamam chadasye natu kama kamyaya yatottama shloka janasraya ratihi. So what she presented in the previous lecture, it triggered my thought so much. I am blessed that my thoughts are not coming out of that word. He padabje buddhihi. My mind has to align towards. In 63rd shloka or other shloka, Bhagavan Shankara is talking in Shivananda Lagari itself. Ankolam nijabija santatihi ayaskanto palam suchika sadvi naijavum vibhum lata kshitiruham Sindhu Sarid Vallavam Yathatava Pasupate Padara Vindadvayam Cheto Vritti Rupetya Tishtati Sata Sa Bhakti Rituchyate. He's telling the mind has to be aligned to the Padabjam of, that is the 2 holy feet of Bhagavan Shankara. So this is the core. But the beauty, what I would like to just embellish, because Vatsalya was doing very, very nicely. It is not my intention to do something different, but she helped me to continue her thought process because of a time limitation. Since I was having the next 2 Upanyasa, so I had the divine opportunity to continue, to take the rope. So the beauty is in Bhagavatam, this is repeatedly talked. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayoho. So you have to put your mind in the holy feet of Krishna. So the whole concept is how to put my mind, how to make my hands serve. Because my mind, my hands, my legs, my body has been moving based on the impressions of the past life, vasanas, my swabhava. So it is not, that swabhava is prakriti. So the person who has created prakriti, who is the boss of prakriti, mayam tu prakritim vidhim, mayinam tu maheswaram. So it is called maya. That's why Krishna says certain things. Krishna says clearly, but we don't understand. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mamevaye prabhatyante mayametam tarantite. If you want to cross maya, if you do with your effort, then you may fall flat. If you take my help, if you surrender to me, Mamevaye prabhatyante, those who surrender to me, mayametam tarantite, they cross the samsara sagara effortlessly because of my grace. Punarapi jananam, Bhagavan Shankara says this in Bhajagovindam. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, chatare sayanam, samsare, bhagudustare. It is very difficult to cross. Bhagudustare, kripaya pare. Kripaya apare, but your kripa is aparam. Samsara sagaram is param. Samsara sagaram is crossable, where your kripa cannot be crossed. So in Ramayana, it is very beautifully explained. Today, I don't know whether I will be I have only 10 minutes, whether I will be able to enter into Bhishma Stuti, because this is in my thought, I want to share. The beautiful thing in Ramayana is, the samsara sagaram is considered as we can cross. Because if you read Ramayana, you see Jatayu has crossed Samsara Sagara, Shabari crossed Samsara Sagara, and then Sarabhanga crossed Samsara Sagara. So all these people have crossed Samsara Sagara. Means that, they have gone to a place where they don't come back, technically. That is moksham. And then the beauty is, the man who is capable, the most capable person in crossing ocean is Anjaneya. He is the man who is a samartha. He can jump. And Anjaneya has no samsara sagara because Anjaneya is a jnani. There are 3 people considered in our shastras as jnanis. One is Sri Anjaneya, because he is termed by Mahatma, by Sri Ramachandra itself. Bhagavan himself calls him Mahatma. And then Prahlada, Bhagavan Narayana himself calls him as Mahatma. Swasutaya Mahatmane Prahladaya. So Narayana Kshirabdi Nataha terms Prahlad as Mahatman. And then the third is Gopikas. Gopikas are considered to be the gurus of all jnanis. That is why the biggest jnani or the Krishna Bhakta is Uddhava. He says, Aho Nandavrajastrinam Adarenum Abhikshnasaha Tasam Harikatodgitam Punati Bhuvanathrayam. He looks at the bhakti of Gopikas, because they say Uddhava, the beautiful thing, it's coming to the same point. Uddhava talks about training the mind to think upon Krishna, meditate upon Krishna, where Gopikas are telling a situation that we cannot forget Krishna. Don't talk about training our mind to think of Krishna. Our minds need training to forget Krishna, because the Krishna Viraham, the Krishna Smarana is so deep rooted for us that we are not Vismartum na Shaknumaha. So we are unable to forget Krishna. Even in our deep sleep, even in our Sopana, wherever even when we are awake, Jagrati, Sopane, Sushupti, Panduranga. This is the bhakti anubhava of. So these 3 people are called jnanis. So when these things, the Anjaneya is called as, yes, he is capable of crossing all the oceans. So the Kripaya Pare Pahi Murare, for that I have taken, there is one ocean which cannot be crossed. Ramayana Vyakhana Kartas are telling, it is Samsara Sagara can be crossed, but Rama Guna Sagara, Onvasmin Sampradam Loke, Gunavan Kascha Viryavan, Gunavan, Sri Ramachandra Prabhu. Guna Purna. Nobody can cross the Kalyana Guna of Sriman Narayana. The Kalyana Guna Abhi, Kalyana Gunabhiramam, Ramanivasam, Srinivasam, Saranam Prabhati. Srinivasam, Saranam Prabhati. He is a Kalyana Guna Nidhi. He is the treasure of all Kalyana Gunas. Nobody has ever crossed the Kalyana Gunas of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. So Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya focuses into the beautiful, the Kalyana Gunas of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. So the idea is that, if you are around in satsang in some way, so just to add some point, just put yourself in satsang. But I tell you, there is such an easy method, but the breaking the ice, getting into the satsang, just attaching yourself into a satsang, by some form making your presence felt in a satsang. How can a Jivatma get is that Jivatma needs Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa. Without Guru's Kripa, a Jivatma cannot come to satsanga. If the Jivatma, Bhagavan can give anything to a Jiva, he can give name, he can give fame, he can give health, wealth, position, command, friends, a beautiful wife, wonderful children, whatever you want. But the beauty is Bhagavan keeps the key for satsanga with himself. Bhagavan looks at him because serious Singasanathirundu Yamvanda Karyam Arulelore Arainda Arulelore. Beauty is Guru Kripa. Some people are asking how to get Guru Kripa. It's a wonderful thing. How to get air, how to get sunlight. It is beauty, it is everywhere. It is everywhere. The soul has to cross the path. So when the soul is initiated to the activities in satsanga with more towards applying their brain and practice, and then they have the choice. The whole idea is I am representing the easier method, the foolproof method. How to get the love of a father, how to get love of the mother. So can somebody ask? First, love your mother. Develop bhakti towards your mother. So this is our Sanatana Dharma. Matrudevo Bhava, Pidrudevo Bhava, then Acharya Devo Bhava. When I see the beauty is my father trains me to, because my father respected his father. So I respect my father. So this is by practice. So the whole thing is based on the father and mother, and then the Guru and Bhagavan. Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. So there is nothing special that you have to do. If you are trained in the right path, Guru's grace will come to you. You don't have to, because you see, but the two greatest Guru Bhaktas, Dhruva and Prahalada, they did, or you call Valmiki. Valmiki wrote Sri Ramayana, and then Dhruva and Dhruva Swami, and then Prahlad Swami. All the three people, Narada did not, Valmiki did not look for a guru. He was only going in a wrong direction. But Narada came to him because he was a person who was in constant search of truth, because he was not at peace with himself. The moment a Jivatma feels what I am doing it is wrong, I need some peace, so I have to find a solution. If that thinking is insatiable, and you want a method, and then the person is aware of his incapabilities. I cannot do dhyana, I cannot do homa, I cannot do yoga. Then how am I eligible to get this? Then the Guru's grace comes to you in some form. The beauty is that we have to long for it. We have to long for it. And longing is by, keeping your eyes and ears open and talking to people. Suppose if you are fully immersed in your day-to-day activities, and then, we don't want to get out of our comfort zone, and then we feel our house is the heaven that we have, and then get into the television or whatever it is, then the life is in a different path. The beauty is, it is also possible. So getting Guru Kripa is like, that if you love your father and mother, and if you respect them, then you are bound to get Guru Kripa. In some form, you will certainly come in contact with some Guru. So the whole idea of this satsang is just, that we don't have to be so hardly trying for anything. Mother is given to you free. Father comes to you free. There are so many. Your Guru is free. If you take those who have surrendered at the holy feet of Bhagavan Puttaparthi Baba, it is not by any payment we have done. It is by the Koti Janma Sukruta that he accepted us unconditionally. And by being our Guru, he knows all our inadequacies, our Kama, Krodha, our everything, whatever bad qualities I have, with everything Baba has accepted me. And he decided not to look at our bad qualities. He is looking at us as Jivatma, and we are potentially divine. It is like a sculptor looking at a stone, and then he envisages the god or goddess form in that stone, and then which is stopping us from looking into the goddess, he removes that portion, he chisels out. Like that, Bhagavan Swami chisels those portions outside, or Kama and Krodha and Moha, and then the pure soul emerges outside. This is the wonderful thing. I think we have another satsang at 12:30. So maybe it is good that, I took a break, because if I get into the subject, it will take time. It is 12:23. Can somebody guide me?
Yes, Anandji, at 12:30 we will be having
Julius
Um,
Tan satsang,
yes.
no?
Brother
Okay.
Julius will be talking. Thank you so much. It was so beautiful to listen. Actually, this was my condition, how to come out of all these kind of things today in the morning. And Vatsalya, and you have spoken so nicely, and it's like wonderful relief. Even though we are
Yes.
listening many times, maybe in many lifetimes, we literally fall to this anger or this desires, and it's like we need to constantly remind ourselves that yes, the grace of Lord is there with us, and we can confidently move forward, and that is only possible when we can listen to and be in satsang.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Anandji.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
We'll see next week.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Padaye
Anand.
Namaha,
So
Hara Hara
uplifting.
Mahadev.